on CityCast Nashville, we're taking you creek stomping. Joining me are executive producer Whitney Pastorek and newsletter editor Margaret Kingsbury. Together, we're sharing our favorite spots around Middle Tennessee to splash around in creeks, rivers, and lakes, hunt for crawdads and fossils, kayak, chase waterfalls, and let the dogs cool off too. It's Wednesday, July 15th. I'm Marie Cecile Anderson, and this is what Nashville's talking about. What's up, Nashville? Real quick, before we get into today's conversation, I have a favor to ask. It's a quick favor. It only takes 7 minutes. We timed it, believe it or not. But it's our CityCast annual listener survey. That's right, folks. We need you to take a survey. And like I said, it only takes 7 minutes, but it really helps us out. It's our chance to learn more about you and what you want from CityCast so we can serve you and our city better. If you took the survey last year, pat yourself on the back. Thank you so much for that. It helped us out so much. But it's a new year, and we cannot use last year's data. We need this year's data. So go ahead to citycast.fm/survey. Take this year's survey right this second if you would. When you take the survey, you'll be eligible to win a $250 Visa gift card and CityCast swag. So go to citycast.fm/survey and take that beautiful survey today. Now on with the show.
It is summertime in Nashville. We want to cool down in some non-chlorinated water. Margaret, what's the closest place to your house to get that done?
My backyard. But you're not invited to my backyard. I'm sorry, folks.
That's rude.
Well, you two are.
Is it a real creek? Is it flowing all the time or just when it rains?
No, it's always flowing. It's a real creek.
I grew up with a creek in my backyard in Oak Hill, but it's only one that flows when it's raining. And then during the flood, it got very scary, very close to the house.
Yeah, we weren't here during the big flood, the 2010 flood. But I've been here during another flood, and it got really scary because it was like rapidly flowing just feet from my back door.
Well, we are not making creeks sound very appealing to the people at home.
Okay, yes, I love creek stomping.
So, Margaret, when you and your daughter go into the creek behind your house, what do you do?
Play in the mud. There's mud like right at the entrance. So, of course, there's some like mud pie making, mud stew. Look for rocks and feathers and all the fun things. We don't have crawdads in the creek behind our house, but we do have like little tadpoles and fish. It goes underneath a bridge, underneath a road. So that's really cool because it like gets really dark when you're in the creek under the bridge.
Oh, yeah. How far down it can you walk?
It's a little hard to, because it kind of curls in on itself, but we walk pretty far. Not as far as going to Edwin Warner Park. It gets like steep so that we can't get back out, and I don't really want to get stuck in the creek, if that makes sense.
You don't? Then let's dig into Edwin Warner Park because that is my favorite place to creek stomp. And creek stomping's not just for kids, folks. It's for everybody. We all like to be in cool running water when it's hot, and we live in the South, so this is something we should all do. Edwin Warner Park, that's the Little Harpeth River. Is that correct?
That's right. Now, there's also creek like tributaries running from the Little Harpeth. So the one that's behind the Nature Center and the Nature Play Area is a creek, a tributary of the Little Harpeth. You get deeper water if you go to the Little Harpeth behind Edwin Warner.
And I guess this is worth mentioning right at the top, folks. Harpeth River Conservancy does put out a weekly chart of water quality in areas that have high E. coli levels.
My friend took her children and while she was sitting in the creek, looked that up, discovered right where they were, there was high levels of E. coli.
I just discovered it last year. I have been creek stomping in the Little Harpeth for like 10 years, and I'd never looked that up. And then I see that, and I'm like, should I have been looking?
What are some other great places for kids that you live? I feel like you're kind of our expert on this one. So where are the other places that are safe for kids where they might, like, I don't know, find crawdads?
Well, Edwin, honestly, that nature playground, that one, the Nature Center, is where I find the most crawdads. I'm always finding crawdads there at Edwin Warner, but we're going away from Edwin Warner. So I'm going to recommend, you can have a day trip by going out to the Brentwood Library. then cross the street, which has a really magical children's section. I've shouted it out before, but it's just really magical in there. Cross the street to the playground there. And there's an entrance to the Little Harpeth at the playground. You have to go down a little hill to get there. It's between the playground and the YMCA, Brentwood. And there's an entrance there. And it's really great to go from playground to creek stomping. I will say that it gets high after a rain. So, don't let your kids go down the hill to get in that creek after a rain.
Also, don't allow your children to be swept away.
Yeah.
That's just a public service announcement from us here at CityCast Nashville. What do you do when you catch a crawdad? Marie, you said you grew up doing this.
Put them in a bucket. Put them in a bucket. You put them in a bucket, and then you race them.
You race
them?
Yeah. Yes.
Oh, I never did this.
Oh, yeah. You get as many as you can, and then you line them up, and then you race them, and then whoever's crawdad wins the crawdad race. And then you put all the crawdads back together.
You put them back in the river?
Yes. With your bucket, you just dump them right back. Yep.
So do y'all call them crawdads, crawfish, or crayfish? Just out of curiosity.
I guess crawdads.
Crawfish are the big ones that you can eat, and crawdads are the little tiny ones that you get out of a ditch.
Technically, they're all the same thing. But they say regionally in Tennessee, we say crayfish, and I don't call them crayfish.
I've never said that, yeah.
I always say crawfish or crawdads.
I've been corrected on this podcast before for saying it wrong, and I was like, I've never said it like that. Crawfish.
Yeah.
Crayfish.
But so, hold on. If you were to catch crawdads out of, say, the creek at Edwin Warner, could you then, raise them to be big enough to eat at Spicy Boys?
Yes.
Not at the park, guys. You can't catch any wildlife at the park stays at the park, friends.
Okay. All right. So we're not. What else can we find in creeks, though, Margaret? I saw you mentioned maybe fossils.
Yes. So at White House, the Greenway there, you can find so many fossils. And that's like a fun thing for kids to do too, and adults. My kid will be searching through rocks looking for fossils, and there'll be adults there doing the same exact thing.
What kind of fossils, though? Like T-Rex?
No, not T-Rex fossils. Like ammonites, trilobites, old seashells.
Native American money.
Arrowheads. I haven't actually found an arrowhead before.
That's cool.
I've had a friend that found them in the White House Greenway.
Well, Marie, you're a childless adult. Have you been creek stomping?
I loved it when I was a child. I really need to get back out there as an adult. I have discovered Beeman Park and the creek that runs through it, basically at the creek trail head. And the dog, Lottie, loves to get in there, especially after I've given her a bath the day or a couple days before. She loves to get right in there, get all muddy and stuff. Maybe that's more my fault than taking her there right after a bath.
You just shouldn't give her a bath in the first place.
I shouldn't.
I also love that creek in Beeman. Beeman Park, not just the best place in town to hide a body. Also, I think the best place for creek stomping. You can walk pretty far up that creek, and it's beautiful. And when there's the right amount of water in there, it feels like you're on a trail, but your tootsies are wet, which I totally dig.
It's incredibly slippery, though, folks. I have fallen, and Lottie has come over to be like, "Are you good, girl?" But it's totally worth it. And during the fall, that's my favorite time to go because the leaves are changing, and it's a little less slippery because the rocks are there, and you can kind of jump from rock to rock. It's really romantic.
Yeah. Other than Beeman, have you found any great places to take Lottie?
I have a secret spot, and I was debating whether I should shout it out on a podcast and let all of Nashville to know. So I guess I will. So I just discovered at Bell's Bend, when you are walking the lake trail along the Cumberland River, this woman literally popped up out of nowhere from the embankment, and she had her dog, and she said, "Oh, if you go down there, there's a little beach. The dogs love it." So it's kind of I'm trying to describe where it is, folks, because it is the secret. It's hard to find.
And all of Bell's Bend kind of looks the same.
And it all looks the same. But I'm telling you, there's a clearing and good luck.
Oh my God.
But it's perfect. It's an actual beach.
Wow.
If you climb down there, it's an actual beach, and you can play ball with your dog, and you can swim, and it's right in the Cumberland, and pontoon boats go by and you wave at them, and everyone's so friendly and wonderful. You could bring a picnic and have it down there. The beach is large enough.
Okay, that sounds great. Reminder to everyone out there, I'm like the caution mommy on this one. If you go to Bell's Bend right now, you will get ticks.
Okay,
So either treat your clothing with permethrin or make sure that you go over everyone in your family, including your dog, with a fine-tooth comb prior to getting into the car. We learned that one the hard way, didn't we, Marie?
Well, yes. Okay, so the last time I was at Bell's Bend, we found 13 ticks.
Oh my God.
And one on me. A couple crawling on me, but one actually latched. So anyway, it's fine. Everything's great.
It's just part of the summer. It's part of summertime here. Creek stomping, getting. Well, I have not found that secret beach at Bell's Bend, but I can tell you that the easiest place for me to get Wally wet is to break a variety of local laws and ordinances and let him just run down the boat ramp at Shelby Park. He loves it. He just wants to lie down for a second and be covered in water, you know? And the other place that we go sometimes after having fun at the Two Rivers Dog Park is we go to the Heartland boat ramp, which gets you into the Stones River. And it's cute. And it's not the Cumberland because it's the Stones River. So you feel like you're getting some variety in your life. And then the last place, Edwin Warner Park, not just for kids, again, by the dog park. And people without dogs might say, by the picnic tables, there is a little tributary of the Little Harpeth that has a unofficial dog beach. Again, your dogs are not supposed to be off leash there, but everybody else is doing it.
I've been over there with Marion too.
It's so fun.
What if we want to do a day trip and not just something that's closest to our house? What is your favorite place to go, Margaret? If you want to have like 6 hours someplace.
I'm going to head out to Old Hickory Lake Beach. I have a funny story about this one, actually, because my niece sent me this picture of a beach in Nashville. She lives in Georgia, and she was coming up, and she was like, Aunt Margaret, can we go here?
Important to remember that Margaret's niece is 30.
Yes. Sorry. Yeah. With 2 kids of her own, I should add.
Yes.
So, yeah, she was like, Aunt Meg, where is this beach? Because it was this like idyllic beach. It said it was in Nashville and it was at a sunset and it just looked like a Florida beach. And I was like, And it said it was at Old Hickory Beach. And I was like, I'll take you there, Tori, but I think you might be a little bit disappointed if this is what you're expecting. And I will say I do love Old Hickory Beach. It's kind of odd. Like you have to drive through a bunch of like factories and industrial areas while you're getting there.
Yeah, Rayon City.
Yeah, so it kind of like sets the expectations there for my niece when I was taking her to this place. Like, you're not getting a Florida beach here, you know? And it is a nice beach, but it's a Tennessee Lake beach. You're not going to get a Florida beach vibe here. There's picnic tables. You can grill out, bring some hot dogs and burgers to grill. You can spend the whole day there. You know, the water does have like stuff in it. That's always gets people with the lake beaches. You know what I mean? Like they get in and they're like, what's this slimy thing?
You put your feet on the lake floor and it is muddy and gooey.
I mean, my kid loves, you know, Marion was just like rolling around in it all. Yes. She loved
That's
it.
Fantastic.
And it is really fun.
We have a second lake beach here that's one of my faves. It's the Anderson Road Beach. It's on Percy. It's an Army Corps of Engineers thing. Don't try to bring your dog. Army will kick your dog out. It'll be a whole thing. But it's got a swimming area that's roped off with buoys, and it does kind of have a sand beach. And so it's a super cute place to go. Again, picnic tables, grill out. Big fan. It gets very crowded, so do try to get there early.
I'm realizing now I don't do this.
I
don't do the beaches of the Nashville.
There's also another recreation area at Smith Springs, which is a little bit farther on around J. Percy Priest Lake. Also good, also fun. Not so much with the beach access, but a great place to sit right by the water. And you can definitely put your feet in. Here's what I'm going to tell you. The 2 best recommendations for me. Number 1, Hamilton Creek Recreation Area. Also on Percy, but this is a Metro Parks property. And so Army is not going to come yell at you about your off-leash dog if you get there early enough in the morning, although other people might. Again, it's not legal to have your dog off-leash. But Hamilton Creek is where they've also got paddle boards and kayaks, and we're going to get into that in a minute. But then if I'm going to treat myself and Wally to a very nice time, I am going to rent a campsite at Anderson Road Campground. This is recreation.gov campsite. They have a ton of campsites that you can get on weekdays. The weekends are usually completely full up by now, but rent one of those campsites on a weekday. and you are 20 minutes away from your house. So if you decide you don't want to camp, you bring your dog, you bring some snacks, you head down there, you hang out at your campsite, you let your dog romp in the lake, and then you just go home. It's $35. So I said it's a treat yourself kind of thing. But I mean, you're going to spend $35 on doggy daycare, and they won't be half as tired as they will be after chasing a ball in the lake. All right, let's finally get to it because, Marie, I know you want to talk about this. What if we want to float on a creek instead of stomp in one?
This is my absolute favorite summer thing to do, and that is to go kayaking on the Duck River. And I have 2 places you can rent a canoe or a kayak from. My personal favorite is Higher Pursuits. This company is near Columbia, Tennessee. It's like an hour drive. It's a beautiful drive once you get off the interstate too. But you reserve your kayak or canoe before you get out there, and it's usually about $35 for a kayak. Or the premium kayak is $45. I've never gone premium. And a canoe, which will fit 2 people, I've done that last year, $50. And when you get out there, it's so cool because they have all the things. You know, you can store your dry goods with them. They keep your keys for you, your cell phone if you want, or you can buy a dry bag. They have changing rooms, and then they give you a big rundown of, don't touch the mussels, write the phone number on your arm if you want, because they'll come get you in case of an emergency. They actually say it's faster to call them than the police if there's a problem. And then they bus you out there in one time I got a pickup truck ride out there, but usually it's a van.
Nice.
And then they drop you off and you can be out there as long as you want until sunset or so. But we always bring a picnic, pull off on the side and go swimming and floating. And it's just so beautiful out there.
River Rats is the other good canoe rental out there.
Yes.
And the Duck is so placid, right? The Duck is just a lovely, smooth float. If you're looking for adventure, we got 2 other river options for you. That would be the Piney. You should rent from Pinewood Canoe and Camp, kind of same prices as Marie was just saying. They got wiped out in the Waverly flood because that's how high the Piney got. I don't know how many people remember this back in 2021, but they're terrific. You can also camp out there. They have campsites, which is very cool. But the Piney is the color of like 80s teal green. Mm-hmm. It is the most gorgeous color. And when the water is high enough, you can really get to some flowing. Like there are rocks that will tump you over. I have lost my cell phone proudly in the Piney River. The other one that's cool is the Caney Fork, which is the other direction. That one's when you're headed out towards Knoxville. Very, very cold. I don't know what makes the Caney so cold, but it really is. And Canoe the Caney is out there. There's a couple other outfitters, but Canoe the Caney is the cheapest. Honestly, my opinion is if you're going to go kayaking more than once a summer and you've got the space, you should just go ahead and buy a kayak. I mean, at the end of the summer, like Dick's and Academy, they get down to like $99. And then you can go to the easiest place to kayak in Nashville, which is the Narrows of the Harpeth. Once again, check those E. coli levels, folks. But you can get like a 5-mile float there without having to move your car because it loops around. So you don't even need an outfitter there. You just put in, you do your float, you come back, and then you just sort of drag your canoe or kayak back to your car. It's super fun. Last word of caution, check the river gauge before you go. Between 2 and 3 feet is optimal. Don't drown.
Which one of these would you recommend for families?
Duck.
Yeah, the Duck River.
100% Duck.
Although I grew up going on the Buffalo. We had like a blow-up raft that we would just put in ourselves. It was pretty janky.
I don't swim, so it makes me nervous doing these things.
These outfitters give you life jackets.
Yes. Yeah.
I mean, the Piney would be good because it gets so shallow, but if it's too shallow, like I've had to sometimes drag my kayak the entire way on the Piney. So then you're less worried about drowning, but it's not very much fun.
Yeah.
All right. And then Marie, I know you're the expert in this. We saved the best for last. Waterfalls.
Oh, don't go chasing waterfalls. Please stick. No, but do chase the waterfalls. Do chase them. That's what I love to do. And how lucky are we to be in Tennessee with so many waterfalls to choose from? But My personal favorite is on private property. It's
good.
Waterloo Falls in Cookeville. It's about an hour from Nashville, probably one of the closest waterfalls, but it's a little bougie. I will say they have Wi-Fi there on the property. And they have an amazing event space also. If you have a fancy party, you want to throw a party out there, it's really fun. But they have 2 waterfalls, kind of like an Upper Creek one and a Lower Creek one that you can hike to. Very, very short hike. Very, very simple. Perfect for families. You can also camp out there. They do have, I think, 1 glamping spot you could rent that's available, but it's like the bougiest waterfall experience. Parking's right there. Bathrooms are right there. It's super easy. It does get a little busy, but if you get out there super early, you get your spot, and it's so fun. I love it. It's
nice.
so fun.
What about you, Margaret?
This is anti-bougie. This is like the antithesis of bougie. We recently went to the Greenway Searcy trailhead in Murfreesboro.
Mm.
Yeah, and it is also packed in a non-bougie way. It's free to go to. You could park anywhere along the Greenway, but there's some places that are closer to the waterfalls. But yeah, you could get out there. There's waterfall. It's great. It comes up to about your knees, the water there. I see people fishing out there, and it's just a great place to play. And you don't have to go down a treacherous trail to get to the water.
Right.
I've been to some of the hikes out here. I can't remember quite, Cummins Falls and those places. And you kind of have to have a kind of treacherous trail down. And with a child, that could get a little bit, they can do it, but it's less fun. And this one, you just walk. You're right at the waterfall.
I didn't even know that Murfreesboro had a waterfall. That's very cool.
Yes.
Go to the In-N-Out while you're there.
Oh my God, Marie. Marie's
I think
obsessed.
that pairs well with getting in water, spending the day out in the sun and swimming, and then getting a milkshake and burger.
What if we got a milkshake and burger at a local small business, Marie?
That would be wonderful. Please support Gabby's.
I would hit Bad Daddy's in Murfreesboro
All right.
for the burger.
Support local.
Good tip.
Yeah.
All right. This has been terrific. I feel like we've given the folks at home lots of options for non-chlorinated ways to, I'm not going to say it because I'm not Marie, get wet. Oh, wait, I did say it. And it's for kids. It's for adults. It's for dogs. It could be for cats. I don't know your cat. Let's get out there and enjoy. We got half of summer left, people. Let's go do it. Go exploring. Find a place you've never been before. Dip your toe in.
Yeah, and let us know where you're going. And also DM me and I'll tell you where my secret spot is.
DM Marie. And if we missed any spots here that you love, email us at nashville@citycast.fm and we will probably talk about them on a future episode because we love telling people how to moisten themselves. All right. That's all.
Stay moist, Nashville.
Stay moist, Nashville.
I'm not saying it. Make a splash.
That's proper. That's all for today here on CityCast Nashville. And don't forget, you can support this show and get great perks by becoming a CityCast Nashville neighbor at membership.citycast.fm. If you enjoyed the show, why not tell your friends, rate the show, leave us a review, and subscribe to our CityCast Nashville newsletter. We'll be back tomorrow morning with more news from around the city. Doodles!